Look at this. We added spinach to our chicken and rice. Yeah. Never said this was going to be exciting.
Bring it back, bring it, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it.
Okay. Of course, on the day that I go to weigh everything out to prove that I'm being super accurate, I drop my scale, smash it. So I'm just going to show you that it does kind of measure out. It's not exact, sometimes it's a little bit heaping, so I could be a few grams off, but there's my 3/4 cup of cooked white rice, which is roughly 150 calories, and then 1 cup of cooked chicken breast, which is roughly 140 calories. So this is getting me up in that 280 to 300 calories per meal. And like I said, I'm aiming for 6. So I'll be around 1650 to 1800 calories, depending on what I do throughout the day. But that's what I'm targeting. I'm targeting that 300 calories per meal for the first 4 meals, and then more like 250 for the rest of the day. But that's me measuring it out for you. Here we are, day 4, already at our first off day, we'll call it. Relax day, rest day, whatever anybody terms it as, they are absolutely necessary. If you watched, the first 2 series, the 50 Blast, they were for a very specific purpose. You didn't get a lot of recovery on them. It was retraining the mind and the body to be out training every day in some form. But now that we're going for the most efficient way to build your body, lean up, and just create the physique you're looking for, you do need those rest days. And that's what this is all about. It's a shorter challenge, we'll call it, at 30 days instead of 50. But at the same time, I will advocate for the days off now, because we're using the heavier weight approach to dropping weight and sculpting the body. And when you're using heavier weight, there's just so much load that your body can take before it says, I'm done recovering. So for me, I'm going to focus on my lagging areas, trying to bring them up, and that's where I'm going to give the most of my dedicated effort. So I wouldn't go 7 days a week and then go, let's say I'm working on my arms and my hamstrings, as I usually am. I'm not going to go and throw 100% at them, and then on the days I'm not training them, throw 100% at delts and 100% at quads and 100% at calves and 100% at pecs, because your body just gets exhausted. There's only so much it can do before it needs a lot of downtime, and I don't want to add a lot of downtime. So I'm on the 3 on, 1 off, 2 on, 1 off, so 2 rest days a week in order to get enough recovery. And at the same time, I'm only really putting in maximum effort on 2 different days, and you'll see the results that come from it. But and that doesn't mean I'm having lax days on everything else, but I'm not going to try and break down the muscle to the same extent if it's not a body part that needs growth. Like, as you've seen, I don't need extra mass on my chest. I already have very wide shoulders. My back grows if I dream about doing a row. So why would I waste all that potential growth on body parts that don't need it? Now, I mean, this is a philosophy that some people agree with, some don't. But I found it works for me, and a few of the people I've helped train works for them too. So this is what we're doing for these 30 days. And I will remind everyone, because I've had a few questions, I am not quote unquote enhanced. I'm not even using creatine or protein powders at this point. Maybe further on down the road, we'll start adding in the supplementation, like the over-the-counter stuff, where maybe some whey protein, creatine, amino acids, and all that. I'm not saying they're not useful. I just want to show people who are on a budget what you can do with just the right food and the right mindset when it comes to training, rest, intensity, and all that kind of stuff. What other questions have I had so far? Oh, really wanted to, quick shout out to the people that are following, subscribing, interacting. All the positive comments have had no no negative ones yet. I mean, there were some people that were asking what cycle am I running, and I'm, when I was younger, because I've always been able to put on size fairly easy. Not to the point, like if you've ever seen an enhanced athlete, you know what they actually look like. I don't look like that, but compared to an average person, I am a little more muscular than them. Where was I getting at? Oh, well, it's kind of flattering when someone thinks that I am, because it means that I'm doing the right things to put on muscle. But I can honestly admit I am not. There is no need for it. I am not actually looking to put on a whole bunch of mass. I'm not really playing the game of wanting to put my health at risk. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the athletes that do that, but it's just not for me. I've made that decision that I don't want to. Yeah. So the positive comments, very cool. Really appreciate that. I'm going to keep doing what we're doing. As you can see, I'm out for a walk. It snowed again. Being my off day, I like to do something at least for 25 to 40 minutes, whether it's go out for a walk like this or go do some cardio. Maybe I'll even do cardio later, who knows. But today is my technical off day, so I'm going to show you a lot more of the meal planning that I do, what I eat, and yeah. So I'll shut this off here. I've already been talking for 5 minutes, and we'll get back to some more food and maybe a couple more things that we do during the day. It's below freezing, but barbecue is still the healthiest way to cook. So I'm out here making a bunch of beef. I like to have a little bit of variety. You can use something like flank. It cooks up super quick. Use that for like a lettuce fajita. These thinner T-bones, they're a little juicier, kind of nice to enjoy. You can have a nice prime rib, and I get them cut into nice thick slices. A little bit of variety, so you're not eating the same thing all the time. But yeah, I always include one meal when I'm training heavy. I know a lot of people don't include red meat when they're kind of doing more of a cutting program, but I find it works not too bad for me. And because I have access to a hormone-free, pesticide-free farm, it's great to have stuff like this, and it's not as expensive as what people normally have to pay at the stores. So, yeah, I include one beef meal a day, and it's looking pretty good. Yeah, I thought I was having a day off, but I came here to shoot some content, heard all those plates clanking, and I was like, hell no, I'm gonna go do some cardio. I know I already did half-hour walk, but I'm gonna go do another 25 minutes of cardio, because it never hurts to burn a few more calories, because then I can eat more, and we all love eating more. But it's always fun to do a little loop around the gym. I don't think people understand just how much equipment is here. Got some local celebrities filming their own content. Super awesome. Very cool. Won't get in their way, but they're doing their own stuff. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go do some cardio. You don't need to see that. I'll put in 20-25 minutes, who knows, maybe even half an hour. You get a little more motivated when you see everybody else winning. Now we're in the kitchen. All right, this morning you saw me cooking up the steaks. I had those marinating overnight. I just use apple cider vinegar and a little bit of soy sauce, and occasionally I'll put like a chili seasoning on it if I need a little more heat. Normally I'd like to barbecue everything, but my chicken and my fish wasn't thawed yet, so I'm going to show you how I would do that inside now. For those who are not aware how I break down my 6 meals, I do 4 chicken meals a day, 1 beef meal, and then I end the day with a fish meal. And what I do is my first 2 chicken meals are with rice. My beef meal is with no carbs and usually some veggies, which would be, your green beans, maybe some broccoli if broccoli doesn't bother you, and sweet potatoes. Then I'm back to a chicken and rice meal, which I try and have before 2:30 latest, because that's when I want to cut my rice out, which is my staple carb. Then I have just a chicken meal, and then I finish the day with a fish meal. No carbs, no veggies with it at all. Protein, good fats, go to bed. So let's show you how to, now that everything else is thawed, the fish I'm going to prepare today is a salmon fillet. I'm not paid to promote Costco or wholesale club or anything like that. I just, see, I've preheated the oven to 350, just so you know, because we are going to use the oven, not a problem there. I've also browned some butter in the pan for the salmon. That's actually a good thing it went off, so I can tell you that I'm doing that, so you can do that ahead of time. Again, I'm not promoting Costco or wholesale club, but I do want you to save money wherever you can, and I've found because they individually package their fish, you don't have to thaw too much or too little at a time, and each one is roughly about the size that you need for a meal. So it works extremely well, and it is the cheapest place to get it unless you have like wholesale from a fish distributor, which sometimes I get, but not that often. So that's where I get that. My chicken, I do get bulk, and then what I do, because I get them in very large trays, and I can't eat that much at once, is what I'll do is I'll put them into these containers, and depending on the weight of them, I'll weigh them out before they go in. I put 2 or 3 or sometimes 4 in each one, freeze them, and then as I need to thaw them, I'll pull a few out and prepare them in whatever way. Today we're going to use the oven, but sometimes it goes on, most of the time it goes on the grill, because I just like the flavor. You have to add less seasoning if you get good flavor on the grill. But we're going to start with the fish. So this is from Costco. It's Kirkland brand. It's an Atlantic salmon fillet, and these, it says on average, one fillet is about 125 grams. I've weighed them all out in the last pack, and yeah, they were all between about 119 and 132. So you know what, the details that they give it on as far as calories is within 4 or 5 grams. So you're good, okay? So you got about 110 to 130 calories per fillet, which is really good. So it's simple, because I'm doing this in the pan. Like I said, I've already browned butter. I'm gonna reheat it here. Okay, get that nice and warm, just so it fits in the pan. And then salmon's super soft, you know that if you've ever worked with it. And this is not the best knife. I'm not using my knife. I've already mangled this. Whatever. We'll throw that in a salad or something like that. And then all I'm going to do is take these around, put them in the pan, and we'll get them fried up. We'll even put the little pieces in. All right, that's easy. So while that's frying, I should have actually heated the butter back up sooner, but it is what it is. That's why I put it skin down. Now I'll just show you how I fillet these. Again, this isn't my knife. I'm at a friend's place right now. I'm going to show you how I'd normally do it, because a lot of people can't. I shouldn't be wearing a hoodie because it's kind of falling into the food. But for filleting it, I lay it skin side down. And be very careful when you get these, depending on where your source is. Sometimes you'll get little bone fragments, and you definitely don't want to be chewing on that later. But I put it skin side down. You'll always be left with that little bit that was against the sternum. So I just fold that over, and then butterfly, fillet, whatever you call it. There you go. Since it's going in the oven, I've got it on this cooking sheet. I do not like cleaning things up, so I put down parchment. Same thing, if I'm not explaining it, it goes so much quicker. There, just be careful with knives, you know. Should I be talking while I'm doing it? Maybe not, but I'm trying to make a point and get this done quickly. It's not even 30 seconds a piece. When people say they don't have time to meal prep, I gotta call bullshit. Because this whole thing, even when cooking the chicken for 20 minutes, if I'm not talking, I can have all of this done in like 28 minutes. And other than the fish, which I'll make every day, this is good enough for 2 or 3 days. Normally I'd actually make more than this, but for some reason I only took out 2 when I should have taken out 3. But either way, there it is. I'm gonna wash my hands and then I'll show you how I season them. When it comes to seasoning, it's definitely not a lot, because I know a lot of you are probably very particular about how much sodium you take in. I am super simple. When it comes to chicken, I literally use this Clubhouse taco seasoning. It's just a nice flavor, but I don't add a lot. Just like that, just enough. I'm out of black pepper. Otherwise, I'd put some of that on because I love black pepper. And for the fish, it's literally chili seasoning. Yep, that easy. That's all I do. And that's just for flavor. Like, I haven't added a lot of sodium. What I can do then is, with all this cooked up, if I decide that, okay, I need more calories today, less calories today, I can adjust that with the type of dip or sauce I use. You see, in a lot of things that I do, I use a lot of sesame oil or avocado oil. Don't believe people when they say, oh, get rid of all the nut oils, they're bad, it spikes your omega, blah, blah, blah. That's only an issue if you take it too far, like anything else, and just have omega-3s or omega-6s. They're supposed to stay in balance. My blood work comes back perfect, and I use seed oils all the time. So, this goes in the oven. Yep, nice clean oven. We'll get the fish flipped. I think we'll get the fish flipped. Yes, we're gonna get the fish flipped. Very simple. It's, like I said, salmon is very soft. Did I need the browned butter? Probably not. Salmon doesn't usually stick in a pan, but I like the flavor. Nice. So there you go. That's literally what it looks like when I food prep. This video is twice as long as it would actually be, because I'd be ripping through, going really quick, using my knives. This is twice as long as it would normally take. So I don't want to hear that you don't have time to eat healthy, because the time it takes for the skip driver to show up, you could have made enough food for the week and saved 80% of the skip cost. So, okay, that's it for today. That's day 4. We're basically out of the way at this point. Didn't get a lot done other than cardio as far as the workout side, but like I said, we're on our off day, our rest day. So I wasn't lifting, but I was very active. But yeah, so this is the end of day 4. Thanks for watching this video. I'm Chris. 30-day challenge, better every day. I'm out of here.